So we are back to more Vancouver Canucks NHL 17 franchise mode, and we just won the last game against the Blackhawks in overtime, 5-4. Every one of these gameplay videos I enter overtime and somehow win. I don't know how I do it, but we won last game 5-4, and I realized the NHL All-Star game is the next week. It always confused me, but next week is the NHL All-Star game, and I think we might actually have a few All-Stars this year. Let's go to stats and see our team is looking at 61 points, number one in the Pacific Division. We're killing it right now, but Hank, 51 points throughout these games. He's actually doing very well so far this season. He's at 51 points. 48 games. He's got over a point per game pace, looking very good. But Daniel Sedin, 46 points, 48 games. He's almost not Daniel Sedin, Louis Eriksson. There you go. Yeah, he almost has a point per game pace too. And same with Daniel Sedin too. Same amount of points, almost same amount of assists as Louis Eriksson. But 22 goals, 24 points for Daniel Sedin, or 24 assists for Daniel Sedin. Then we do have a few other players like Anton Rodin, 31 points, 48 games. He's a rookie and he's doing very good there too. So our team's doing very well. The only problem is, though, right now is, should we decide on if we should trade Ryan Miller or not this season? That's the big question here. So if you check out his stats for the season so far, we'll go to goalies and see how he's doing. So it looks like Ryan Miller, 21-11 record, 4 overtime losses or shootout losses, 2.56 goals against average, and what is his save percentage? 9-10 or 9-16. So it really looks like Markstrom's playing way better than him right now. So the question is, should we go and trade Ryan Miller this season? I think it might be the right thing to do this season, just based on that. You do have somebody in the wings right now in Jacob Markstrom, 5-2-1 record. I guess he's not that good when it comes to how many games played, but still, this seems like he might be the better goalie when it comes to Markstrom or Miller. So Miller, we could probably actually put him on the trade block right now and see what kind of offers we can get before the trade deadline happens. I think at the end of March or something like that. But let's go put him on the trade block and see what our trade block actually looks like right now, because they didn't update it at all this season. Let's go to trade and see what we could find on the trade block for this team. So go to trade block, edit the block. Hopefully Daniel Henrik Sedin are on it. Why are they on there? Wait, hold up. Why they put them on there? Just because they're old, why are we going to trade them? Let's go and take down. Go bring up goalies. And bring up Ryan Miller. There you go. So we got Ryan Miller in there. We're going to take off Daniel too, obviously. I really don't know what to put on there, so let's go ahead and put somebody on there. Yeah, actually, no, I remember updating this too. I put on Lucas Zabiza. So he wouldn't actually changed it on me too. That's so stupid. Why do they do that? But put Lucas Zabiza on there because he's a defensive defenseman. Doesn't really fit the scheme right now. So we got Burrows, Miller, and Zabiza on the trade block. Hopefully we can get some offers for them and see maybe if we could trade him before the trade deadline. I really have no idea. But Daniel Sedin's happy. Hank's happy. That's good to see. So now let's go to continue on the sim. We are doing very well so far in the NHL. I'm surprised we're number one. I thought we'd be one of those teams that would be like the bottom half of the NHL. I don't know. I don't really know who's bad anymore. All these teams in the NHL are actually getting better. Buffalo's good now. At least they're okay. Now with all those injuries happening in real life, I don't know how they're going to finish. But we do check out the NHL to see this. So who's the worst team in the NHL right now? I'm guessing it's either... it's not Edmonton, because Edmonton's actually doing very well so far too. Let's go to the entire league and see who's on here. So we're third in the league in points. How? That makes no sense. So we're third in the league when it comes to record. That's crazy. You have the Flyers number one. I don't know how they're number one. Then we have the Capitals, us, the Blues, Panthers, Dallas Stars, Blackhawks at 7th, and so on. So Winnipeg's 14th. Let's see this. Oh, Colorado, they're terrible. That's right. So Colorado last in the league when it comes to points. They have the Islanders, the San Jose Sharks for some reason, the Red Wings because they traded all their old veterans. They have the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes should be last in the league. They're pretty bad in this game. But let's go and check out. I guess maybe go and continue the sim. There's really nothing left to do at this point. Let's go and sim up to around the All-Star game. We're playing Colorado next too, so we better take this W. So we're going to probably sim up to around the All-Star game, which is next week, the 29th. And see what we could do here, or see what All-Stars we have. Hank better be an All-Star. If he's not, I'm going to be mad. So just as they put up a defenseman on the trade block, another injury to our defense. Erica Branson out with a concussion until March 5th. That's crazy. Oh, God. Okay, let's go ahead at these lines manually and see what we can put in. I guess we have to put in Pedan, because he's the only one on defense we could put in. Because everyone else, like Larson, was going to be a replacement. Now he's on there. Actually, no, wait. I think we do have Bega on there, too. Yeah, we do have Bega. So bring in Bega, because he's better than Pedan, and substitute him in all lines for good Branson. There you go. Should probably flip maybe... I should put maybe Philip Larson on the second pairing. That might be a good idea. Yeah, wait. No. We'll put him on his one-timer line. There we go. So he's on his left instead of his right because he's a right-handed player. But let's go move on to goalie. Wait, I still has an error on defense. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. Okay, did they do anything? No. Okay, good. Okay, so around the All-Star game, hopefully they show the All-Star list so far, but we destroyed Colorado and we lost to Phoenix, or Arizona, one of the two. I really don't know what to call them. So, we lost to Arizona, but let's go check these All-Stars and see if Hank is an All-Star. He better be one. Okay, so it looks like there's a list on here. Is it on stats, actually? Be way more helpful if it's on stats. Maybe it's awards. Let's check this out. I've never seen the All-Star team so far in these awards, so I'm not sure. Nah, it doesn't say it. Damn, they should actually put this in awards, though. It'd be way easier to tell. So let's go in transactions or whatever the news thing and see who's an All-Star on this team. They better be an All-Star, too. Because we're number 1 in the Pacific Division. Actually tight to Pacific Division, too. We got Anaheim only 2 points behind. And we do have LA's 3 points behind. So it's pretty tight there. Even Edmonton's competitive this season. So that's pretty cool. But let's move on to activity feed and see who's an All-Star for this year in the NHL. So Steven Stamkos is an All-Star. Obviously, Crosby's one. Jamie Benn, Ryan Suter, Blackhawks is Patrick Kane. We have Vladimir Tarasenko, Drew Doughty, Ovechkin, Lundqvist, Erik Karlsson. So the obvious ones so far. Brian Holtby, Connor McDavid's an All-Star, which is good to see. Joe Pavelski, Ryan Getzlaf, Alex Pietrangelo, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, Barkov's an All-Star, Daniel Sedin's an All-Star, cool. Galchenyuk's one, Wheeler, the captain, Kyle Okposo, Henrik Sedin, an All-Star. So we have 2 All-Stars so far. Maybe we can pull out another one. I don't know. We got Ryan Johansson. We got Mikael Granlund. Not Mikael Granlund, never mind. Just scored 4 points. And that is it. So 2 All-Stars for the team. That's crazy to see. The Twins are All-Stars in this year. It's cool. And people say to always trade them too. Like, everyone who starts a franchise mode with the Canucks trades them automatically. These guys are All-Stars. They contribute like just as good as some younger players too. So Stats Central, I want to check this point per game pace by Hank. And he's 54, okay. So Hank, I want to see him get over 82 points this season. I want to see that. Because he's doing very well so far in the season. Should we go and what should we do now? I guess I could probably sim up to around. Let's check this out. Where's trade deadline? We have trade deadline right there. We could probably actually squeeze out a trade deadline episode in this one too. So maybe sim up to around here. See how the team's doing. We better be still number 1 in the Pacific Division. I want to be number 1 this season in this Pacific Division. So let's go and sim up to around the trade deadline and see what we can do with this team. Okay, so we got some more scouting business to do right here. So at the scouting assignment and see what we can do in here. So we scouted the OHL, the Dub, the QMJHL. Let's go and scout overseas, actually. Let's go with maybe the Dell. Not the Dell, they only have 9 forwards. Who has the most forwards here, or at least players? Got Russia with 18. You got Liga with 19. 17 over the SHL. So there's barely any players here. It's actually not even worth it. Maybe you go with the QMJHL or the US. US has 13 forwards too, so that's not even that good. I guess maybe one of those players would be good, but still. Maybe you go with the QMJHL because they have 227 forwards, 132 defensemen, 38 goalies. That seems like a good idea to do. So maybe you go with goalies this time around. Or no, we got Thatcher Demko. We'll go with defensemen and see if we're gonna find any stud defensemen. Okay, so I was simulating. There's a trade just popped up here. We have David Desharnais, sorry, to the Vancouver Canucks for Lucas Abiza. I want to check this out. So, is Desharnais, how old is he actually? I really have no idea. Desharnais, they do not want him, so I don't know if that says anything good about that, but maybe he's a decent player for Montreal right now. I know David Desharnais is not that bad. They have Radulov on here they want to trade. But Desharnais, 30 years old, 82 overall, center. We don't need any centers, I know that. We're fine when it comes to centers, but let's check out his stats just for the heck of it. So, bottom 6 forward, great skating, decent defense, not really that good of physical. He's got good senses and amazing puck skills. So, I don't know if I really want him or not. He's a good player, but it just doesn't really fit what we're doing over here in Vancouver. So, we're not going to trade Lucas Abiza right now. We'll go and probably trade him for a decent, better defenseman, not for a forward, because we have too many forwards. So, to cancel that trade, it is a decent trade, but still not really looking forward when it comes to Vancouver. But right now, we're approaching around the trade deadline on the 1st of March, and I think we're actually doing very well. We've won 3 in a row so far. We're playing the Sharks right now. Can we win? And we win. Okay, cool. 2-1. Let's go stop this. right now. So we've won 4 in a row right now. We're actually doing very well. Like right around here, we lost like 3 in a row. I was kind of getting worried there, but we lost 3 in a row. We won 3 in a row. Then we lost 1, and then we won 4 in a row. So I guess we're doing very well right now when it comes to Vancouver in the month of February. But right now, after this point, we lost that 1 against Phoenix, lost once against the Sharks and the Wild over there at the end of January. But now, let's go, guess, maybe check out what we could trade for in the season. I really don't know what we really need. We're number 1 in the Pacific Division by 2 points, ahead of Anaheim. And even Edmonton's catching up, though. They're 3rd in the division. So Edmonton looks like to be a playoff team this season with Connor McDavid as captain. But let's check what our owner goals are. Apparently, so owner goals right now, owner happiness seems to be amazing. So really happy with what I'm doing over here right now. But upgrade maintain, let's check this out. So team store maintenance. Maybe go and upgrade this, or maybe repair it. It looks like it's to be pretty bad. 51 out of 100. It's terrible. So let's go and repair this. I don't know how the team store is getting so messed up, but team parking lot, might as well repair that too. What else do we have on our plate? We do have the upper bowl and the executive suites. What are people doing to these seats? Damn, they're like messing these up here. I guess if there's a lot of people coming, they're bound to get messed up. Bathrooms. Everyone always destroys the bathrooms. Come on, treat them with respect. Come on, people. It's not that good. So we have a lot of repairing to do, but it's needed repairs though. 71 out of 100. We gotta repair this too. It's not really that good. So, wait. Insufficient funds. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, our credit card just got declined. Damn it. Okay, so we have not enough money to repair the stadium, but it doesn't really matter too much. I mean, I guess, you know, we're doing very well when it comes to attendance, I believe. Our owner happiness is amazing. That's really all that really matters to me. 77 fan happiness, not the greatest, but I mean, it's okay. So let's go to trade deadline, or at least trades, and see if we could probably trade for the season. Hopefully there's some actual players in the trade block that we could trade for. So go to trade block and see what's on here when it comes. Actually, not edit trade block. Browse trade blocks. Let's do this. Okay, so Anaheim, they have nothing on here when it comes to assets. Let's go to Arizona. They have Shane Doan, Radom Verbata. Don't want to bring him back. Boston, they have John Michael Lyles. They got Dominic Moore. And they got Brad Marchand. I think Brad Marchand's on there just based on that he only has 1 year left. But they re-signed him in real life, so I don't really want to trade him to Vancouver even though he got signed in real life. Buffalo, they do have Asphalt. Or well, I don't know how to say that. Calgary, they have nothing. Bickle, they got, Carolina, they got Stahlberg. And they got Tennyson. I don't know who that is. Who is this Tennyson guy? Okay, so he's a 2-way defenseman, a right-handed shot. 7th defenseman when it comes to potential, but he does have, I guess, a decent overall stats. He's got good defense. Not really the greatest, I guess. He's a 7th defenseman. Chicago, they have Radke. Colorado has Ginla. They have Ray Bourque. Or not Rene Bourque, there you go. Sislo. Columbus, they have nothing. Dallas, they have nothing. Detroit, they have Drew Miller on here. They got Steve Ott, and they got Vitali. Don't really want him too much. Edmonton, they got Andrew Ferentz, 37 years old, way too old. Sean Thornton and Roberto Luongo is on the Florida Panthers trade block. You got LA, they have Watson. Minnesota, they have nothing. Montreal, they have nothing. Looks like the Islanders have P.A. Parento. The Rangers, they have Jensen. Nashville, they have nothing. In New Jersey, they have Mark Savard in his contract, $4 million. Okay. Then when it comes to centers, they have Logan Brown. And then when it comes to Philly, they have Sprong on Pittsburgh. Hold up. Brent Burns is on there. That'd be a nice acquisition, Brent Burns. But the problem is with Brent Burns is that I don't really want to trade him from San Jose, just based on that San Jose is his home, and he better stay there, though. If he does not re-sign San Jose, I'm going to be pissed off, because he's great there. Okay, so looking around the NHL for some players I want to acquire for this team. The problem is that all these players are overvalued, or we don't really need them for this team at all. Like, most players could look for a defenseman. All there is defensive defensemen that are young, and they probably won't want to be traded in real life from their team. So right now, I don't think we need to make any changes to our roster, because right now we have 77 points, number 1 in the Pacific Division. We're top 5 in the NHL. I don't really need to make any major changes to this team or make the playoffs, because we're already basically clinched the playoff spot in a way if we don't choke. So a 35-win team, I think we're fine. I think we could probably move on and see what else we could do with this NHL trade deadline. See if we can probably acquire a first-round pick, because that's one thing we have to do before this thing is done. So you go to ownership, see this. Where is this? Owner goals. Here you go. So one of the primary goals, they want us to acquire a first-round pick for the upcoming draft. So they'll give us $25,000 to go and spend on like bathroom repairs or something like that. Because our bathroom, it's a mess. I don't know why everyone keeps destroying our bathroom and making us have to repair it all the time. But Now let's go and acquire a first round pick so we can go and repair the bathrooms a little bit more for the teams. Let's go move to trade players and trying to acquire a first round pick this year. I doubt you could probably find one, but I mean, oh well, let's find one. So trade block, let's see who has their first round pick on the trade block and see who's actually a decent value for it. So you got 4th round picks. What else do you have? Okay, so I found a team that wants to trade their first round pick in New Jersey. New Jersey would be a good place to get their pick because you never know if New Jersey is going to choke in the last half of the season or if they're going to do well. So the probability factor probably affects that, but let's see this. So you got Abel's got a 2nd round pick or this year because the second, if you're basically exchanging a second for a first, I mean, you're getting a late first round pick compared to a late second because we're probably going to be a late second to be honest. So let's see. So we got that. Let's add in a few more stuff. So let's go and add in players, skaters, matching block. If there's any unsigned guys, we could probably add them into here too. We do have Castles. We do have Breast Boys. Lucas Abiza. Zudkinov. What is he? Playmaker, okay. Olsen. Let's see Olsen. 2-way defender, okay. Stuckel. 2-way forward. A lot of players with no value. Damn it, okay. So we got, maybe we could add in Neil. Carl Neal might be a good guy to add because I doubt he'll get any good in this GM mode. Should do this, add him in there. And it's getting kind of close. You got 3 guys they want compared to 1 thing they don't want. Okay, so I think this might work. Get 2 unsigned guys plus a 2nd round pick for their first in New Jersey. Let's try this. We'll go through. And it is rejected. Okay, so insufficient. Okay, that's kind of messed up. I thought our value is pretty close. Okay, so Florida on here, it takes a lot to get a first round pick in this game. Nobody wants to give their first round picks for like unsigned players and draft picks. So this is like the bare minimum, the most. Actually, no, this will be like the most I can actually offer for first round pick. Other than that, I'm not going to make any other trades. So we got a 3rd round pick from 2021, our 2nd round pick this year, for 2 unsigned defensemen for Florida's first round pick. So let's try this. This better go through. Come on. And it's rejected again. Are you kidding me? Okay, so I found another team in here that might be able to go make it work. I have no idea if it will. Let's look at the 5th and see if this trade will go through. And it's for the Islanders' first round pick this year. Come on, we'll go through. And it's rejected again. Oh my god. Let's try the 5th. And if this 5th does not work, I don't know what's going to work. I seriously have no idea. 2019 5th. Let's try this. Back out of this. This thing's messed. We'll go through. Okay, so while we're here trying to failing trying to acquire a first round pick, let's go and find some players we actually probably maybe need to move for next year. And one thing is just based on his contract length and how many points he had this season, might be candidate is Emerson Edom. So Edom, he's not too bad of a player. The problem is with Emerson Edom is that he doesn't really use what he has in his arsenal. He's got 5 goals, 5 assists, and 10 penalty minutes in an entire season playing on the 4th line. So it's not really that. I guess it's a pretty decent amount of points, but still, you gotta have at least a few more goals for a sniper. So let's see, you could probably move Emerson Edom for a more goal happy or trigger happy player. So one player I'm kind of looking at when it comes to this is where is he? I believe he's on New Jersey. Where is he? New Jersey doesn't want Emerson Edom, but let's see this. I think he's a left wing, or it might be right wing. Here he is, Reed Boucher. So Reed Boucher, I remember back in the day, he'd always score like 50 goals per season in NHL 17, or NHL 15, sorry. So Reed Boucher has a great goal scoring arsenal. He's got all the talent in the world. Plus, he's got a lot of goals this season and assists. So Reed Boucher seems like a great player to acquire on this team. So let's go bring up, I guess, some players they actually want for this. So let's bring up skaters matching blocks, see if they want any unsigned players and all that kind of stuff. So who could we probably trade for Reed Boucher? Maybe trade a pick with him, actually. It might be the best thing. So bring up what picks they want. They want no picks at all. Are you kidding me? I thought they're a team that's rebuilding. Probably bring up a 3rd in the late coming years. This might even might go through. Let's try this. So Emerson Edom for a 3rd round pick and a 3rd round pick for Reed Boucher. I know it's kind of funny that I want to trade a guy with 1 year left, but we're acquiring Reed Boucher, who's probably going to end up re-signing anyway. So let's try this. So we'll go through. And is accepted. Okay, so a 3rd round pick and Emerson Edom acquires Reed Boucher. We finally have a new 4th line goal scoring player. So he probably might be able to move up to like the 3rd line too. I really don't know. Let's go to roster moves and see what we could do here. So we traded a roster player for a roster player. Don't need to make any moves right now, I don't think. We did upgrade our goal scoring arsenal by a lot. He's very underrated in Reed Boucher. So I think we're fine when it comes to our roster. Let's edit lines. Bring on Reed Boucher as our 4th line left winger. I think it might be fine there. Let's go to left wing and bring up Reed Boucher here. Okay, there you go. Bring him up there. So he's great at scoring. I like that about him. He'll bring up the scoring in the fourth line by a lot. Plus for 10, we need to score some goals in the fourth line. Basically, we have our third line grinder kind of line in Horvat, Burrows, and Hansen, who are just rough and tough kind of lineup. Plus, our fourth line just needs a lot more goal scoring too. So Reed Boucher, our new left winger in the fourth line, I think it's a pretty good pickup for the playoffs. So I think our team's fine. Other than that, we cannot acquire a first round pick because no teams are willing to trade away their first round pick this year for some reason. So we're fine in that regard. We don't want to trade any other players because we don't need to trade unproductive players, and Emerson Needham was one of them. So I think even though we do have one more player in Luke Sabiza that I want to trade, we probably gonna end up trading him at the draft for maybe a second round pick or something like that. I don't know. So we're fine here. We'll probably move on to the next few days and see, I guess, how it goes. So let's go and sim this game against Detroit and get to the end of the trade deadline and see how this works. So let's go to sim to this day. Hopefully no more trades happen, or no more injuries happen. So trade deadline's almost upon us. We know that. So let's win this game against Detroit and see how all they do. So Reed Boucher happy about being dressed. But Ryan Miller, broken thumb. April 12th. Oh my god. He's gone for that long. That's crazy. So good thing we could back up in Jacob Markstrom. So we'll go bring up goalies and see. I don't know how he got a broken thumb though. It's crazy. He must have got hit the puck or something like that. Do bring him that. Then we got to bring up Richard Bachman though too. Just to address him. Actually, we didn't even have to bring him up. He's just sitting there anyway. So Richard Bachman, I guess Ryan Miller is getting injured a lot lately, so that's probably why he's ready to play. But wait, hold up. So we got Branson ready to play in this next game. Okay. So I don't know if it was a good idea if we should maybe trade away Ryan Miller. He had no value in the first place, so we couldn't really end up doing anything with him anyway. Okay, so we couldn't end up trading Ryan Miller just based on his health. Plus, I thought we probably need him for the playoffs, but turns out he just goes and gets himself injured with a broken thumb. So we're past the trade deadline now. Let's go check out what happened in the trade deadline when it comes to the NHL and all that kind of regards. So let's go to this. It takes forever to get these menus loaded up. Let's go to activity feed and see what the transactions are for the past 2 days for the NHL. So let's go to player pick and trading. So the Reed Boucher trade obviously happened. We have Jaromir Jagr traded the Montreal Canadiens for a second, Tim Bozon and Matei or something like that. I don't know. And then we have Detroit trade Thomas Vanek and Scotty Upshaw for a second round pick, Paul Bittner and Graves. Anything else happen? I think there's nothing else. Yeah, nothing else happened. So I guess there's a small trade deadline. We do have Thomas Vanek trade though, which is pretty crazy. Jaromir Jagr, the ageless wonder, traded to the Canadiens to play in Canada. So I guess this is an okay trade deadline. We did acquire a fourth line, scored in Reed Boucher. He shouldn't be playing the fourth line too anyway. Only reason why I don't want to bring him up to the second. Wait, we probably actually could bring him up to the second line. Let's check this out. So edit lines. Even though our second line's been money the entire year, I'm pretty sure it's money. Wait, we'll go to Sven Berchi and see how he's been playing. If Sven's not been playing well, we might be able to bring up Reed Boucher to the second line. Bring down Sven Berchi. Problem is that our third line's so perfect the way it is. I don't want to do anything wrong. So career stats. So he's having an okay season, I guess. 23 points in 62 games is not that bad. But that's second line minutes though. He should be getting a lot more than that. Plus his plus minus is at minus 13 too. So only 8 goals from a sniper. We got a guy 20 goals in Reed Boucher. I doubt it'd be that good of an idea to leave him on the fourth line. Kind of hinders his talent a bit. So same plus minus. But if we do this, it's only a difference of one overall. Do this right here and see how the next few games go for Reed Boucher and the crew. Even though it looks like Sven Berchi has the better stats that comes to everything else, I still think Reed Boucher will be a lot better in the goal scoring department. So we got Rodin, we got Sutter, we got Reed Boucher on the second line. We do have Burrows, Horvat, and Yannick Hansen on the third line. Fourth line we do have Sven Berchi, Granlund, and Vertanen. So we got a sniper on 2 lines, which is not that bad. So we're fine there. I want to see what Reed Boucher does on the second line though. He'd be perfect for us if he does well on the second line. Hopefully get some chemistry developing with Rodin and Sutter. Let's go sim these next games and see if Reed Boucher scores any goals. Actually, we'll go and actually sim this game with the Sharks though. Like actually manual simulant. Okay, so our owner valuation, obviously we couldn't acquire a first round pick just based on nobody wanted to trade their first round picks for anything decent. So we couldn't do that, but obviously yeah, we're fine there. So let's go to this Sharks game and see how we play this. So sim the game. Let's go by goals and see the first period. So first period here, Nobody there scored. Second period, nobody scored. Third period, a lot of goals. Now we won 3-1. Sedin, Sutter, and Edler. Okay, so it looks like Reed Boucher didn't score though. Did he get any points? Look at his stats. Let's see, Reed Boucher. Did he have any points? He didn't have any points at all. Okay, so he didn't do anything there. Let's go move on to the next game and see if anything happens there. So we're probably just gonna simulate it like the right normal way for the next few times. We've won 2 in a row though, which is not that bad. So it's good there. We're going into the month of April eventually, so we're gonna kind of get in the nitty gritty here and see if our team can play well under pressure when it comes to the playoffs coming up. So let's go sim these next few games. Hopefully Boucher scores a few goals because I want to prove my point that be perfect on our second line when it comes to the chemistry with Rodin and Sutter. Hopefully I'll develop soon. Okay, so season ticket drive starting right now. Process of season ticket renewals. So we got 68% sold in the club seats, 68 for lower bowl, 68 for upper bowl, and 68 for suite. So we're fine there. We'll keep the same ticket prices, I guess. It's not too bad. Let's do that. Advertising. Let's see this. So advertising might be a good idea. Increase our advertising budget for season tickets. That might be a good idea though. Our team needs a few more season tickets on the squad. I mean on the selling points. So let's go to general advertising. What should we do here? Game ticket. You want to kind of make it balanced out. I don't want to really make anything. We'll go with this. So up to 37%. It's kind of off a bit from the last two, but looks like we went and won against LA. We lost against Anaheim though, which kind of sucks. We won against Canadiens, which is not too bad. So right now we do have 39 wins on the season. That's really good to see for the Vancouver Canucks. So actually I might go and simulate to the end of the season just based on that. It's not like competitive hockey at this point. Most of these teams are going to make the playoffs or not. So actually probably best see our Vancouver Canucks in the playoffs for the next episode when it comes to gameplay. So let's go and simulate up to around this Arizona game and see the last few days of the season. Hopefully go and win some more games and clinch the first in the Pacific Division. Okay, so we have to increase the budget when it comes to arena operation just based on we do need a few things fixed around the arena. So I went and lowered the advertising budget just based on we haven't really spent too much money on advertising this year, and brought up a little bit of the arena operations so we can actually make some operations like repairs done on the stadiums. Let's go to lower bowl. It doesn't need attention for some reason. I don't know what these people are doing in these seats. Let's go repair this. So in 7 days it should be done. What else do we need? Concessions, maybe we might be able to do that too. So let's funds remaining. We don't really have any funds remaining. Damn it. Okay, so let's go to the end of the season. Around the end of the season, we might be able to play this Edmonton game just based on that. Oilers are pretty popular. They're doing very well this season for their team. So let's go and simulate to this Oilers game and see and play that in the next episode. Okay, so we sweep the Arizona Coyotes in the last game. I want to see how Reed Boucher is doing, then we'll go and play that Oilers game in the next episode. So Reed Boucher, we did end up acquiring him at the trade deadline for, I believe, a 3rd round pick and Emerson Edom. So let's go to stats. So it looks like we're second in the Pacific Division right now. We went and clinched a playoff spot. 97 points in the season. That's crazy to see. So Oilers clinched, LA clinched, Vancouver clinched, and Anaheim's just ahead of us by 1 point. So we're doing very well this season. Let's go to stats and see how well Reed Boucher is doing along with the rest of the team. So Hank, 70 points on the season. That's crazy to see. It's good to see for that. So 70 points in 80 games, almost a point per game pace with him. Erickson has 68. Sedin has 68. Oh, Daniel does. Rodin has 60 in this rookie season. That's crazy. Sutter is 52. Boucher is 51. So Reed Boucher, pretty good season there. He got most of his points in New Jersey. So he's only got a few goals and assists there. So I think he has a few goals in his tenure with Vancouver. That's pretty good, I guess. Anyone else? That's actually not too bad. Okay, so we had a decent season over there when it comes to player stats from now. Let's go and play the next game in the next episode, though, like between the Edmonton Oilers and the Vancouver Canucks. So I guess on this episode off here, make sure to like and subscribe for more Vancouver Canucks franchise mode. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.